Hi, I'm Chad Hamilton. I'm a certified financial planner with Brown and Company in Denver, Colorado. We're doing a series of videos on COVID-19 and the markets, and today I want to talk about market timing. As an investor, you may be looking at the overall climate that we're in right now and think a couple things. First of all, that the stay-at-home orders and the timeline for all this continue to be extended out. And then secondly, just a general sense that the news and the headlines are going to get worse before they get better. So with all of that, you may be thinking, well, why not take some money out of the market and sit on the sidelines for a while to wait for things to turn around? The problem with that is that the markets move ahead of the overall economy. Now, we all know that March was a terrible month for stocks, one of the worst in history. But it's not as if they went down in a straight line. On March 23rd, the stock market was up almost 10% in a single day. Now, that happened to be the same day that we got one of the worst job reports in history. We learned that 3.3 million people filed for unemployment in 1 week. And yet stocks soared. Now, why is that? Well, the bad news was already priced in. Now, is there more bad news that's not priced in yet? Well, there certainly could be, but here's the challenge with all of this. A bear market is like pushing a beach ball under the water. When you let go of it, it doesn't just gradually rise to the surface, it pops back out. And that's similar to what we see with market rebounds. The best period for stocks in recent history, by far, was in the aftermath of the financial crisis. So from mid-March of '09 through the end of 2009, stocks were up almost 70%. Now, if you missed just the 5 best days out of about 250 trading days, you would have missed more than half of that return. And if you missed the 10 best days, you would have gotten less than 3/4 of that return and would have gotten only about 15% out of 70%. The challenge, though, is if you think about 2009, for those of us that can remember it, the news headlines were pretty awful, even in the midst of this historic market surge. The jobs news, the economic headlines were all fairly dismal throughout '09. And that's all of what the famed value investor Shelby Davis was getting at when he said you make most of your money during bear markets. You just don't realize it at the time. And that's good advice and good things to remember for all of us during a time like this. Thanks for watching. I hope that helps.